you now do kubectl get pod name. Once you send the information to API server will say, okay, this one we are not doing anything on the node. We want to what? Request for information. It will send the request to etcd. Okay, guy, I need so. Do you have it in your database? If etc said yes, it will print it out. But if etc said no, I don't have such information in my database, that's when you say no pod, no resources in this namespace, no this or this, that you get the output. I don't know if you are following me. Are you with me? I want to know if you are following my
Yes, sir.
tech talk. And is it interesting? Are you able to understand the principle?
Yes, it's interesting.
So someone is asking,
Following.
like, what's the difference between the etcd and the etc file? So etc file is just like a it's a folder. It's a Linux folder, right? So we have /etc/var. So etc is more like for service, anything relating to service configuration, etc. So it's just like a Linux folder, right? But when we are talking about etcd is a like I said, a database for what? Kubernetes, which is for what? The master server or the controller. Do you get the difference now? So etcd is not like a folder in Linux. It is owned in Kubernetes, and it will create a folder. If you want to create a folder, so you can create a folder in it. You can use to create a folder rather. So this is what goes on. If you have 100 worker node, this is what you will see in them. All this. So this API server is the main thing we call the orchestrator. Is the one that do the automation. So the API server will do that. So now what does this controller manager does? So controller manager is the one, when you say the boss of my boss, right? It's my boss. So that is exactly the same relationship between API server and controller manager. So this controller manager is managing this API server. Like when it comes to something like we want to create certificates. We want to create so let's use that certificate for example. Is this API server that will manage the cert? So the controller manager. So the API will reach out to the controller manager that we have to manage this certificate, manage this connection, or manage what other things. Maybe we said the secrets and many other things. Although the information is still being stored in the etcd. When you say kubectl get secrets, it will print it just like this controller manager is more like is controlling the API manager, controlling all the management affairs you get in the controller node. So note that this controller node itself is what? Is a single node that will install all these API server, scheduler, controller manager, because it's a single node on itself that controls other nodes. Just like if you have a single node, then we install this, and this, then we make it to control other nodes. So it's not something that is in abstract that will just come like that. No, it's just like you have 3 servers. On one server, you install API server, scheduler, controller manager, etcd.